Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Today we're starting a brand new unit. We're going to be talking about polynomials, which is kind of interesting because we've actually already been talking about one specific kind of polynomial for the last couple of weeks, a quadratic, okay? So polynomial functions, we've seen this definition before, but they actually follow this sort of pattern here where there's some number times x to a power, plus or minus some number times x to a power, on and on and on, until you have some number times x plus some number, okay? They basically follow this is kind of like the standard form of them, where basically they're made up of these terms that are coefficients, variables, and then exponents, and that's what makes them up, okay? So we're going to kind of explore them in a larger sense over the next couple of weeks. So quadratics specifically were x squared, x, and a constant term, or some variation of that, but really their maximum, the highest power they had was x to the second. We're going to look at all kinds of polynomials, x to the third, x to the fourth, x to the fifth, so on and so forth. Really, the structure that we're going to talk about really could apply to x to the 100th, 200th, whatever. Just keep going up as you would like, okay? A couple of things we want to make sure we keep in mind about polynomials. Number one, their exponents have to be positive. We're talking about positive valued exponents. If they get negative, we're no longer talking about a polynomial anymore, okay? We'll be discussing more and more about polynomials as we go, but as we start exploring them, we're going to kind of talk about a couple main features and some things we want to keep in mind as we look at polynomials. Today, our main goal is going to be talking about what's called the end behavior of a polynomial graph. By the end of our unit, we want to be able to take a polynomial and we want to be able to find all the important information, just like we did with quadratics, okay, finding roots, finding the end behaviors, what we're going to talk about today, intercepts, y-intercepts, all these sort of things, and we want to be able to make a graph, okay? So today we're going to explore what's called the end behavior, which basically is what does your polynomial do at the ends of its graph, okay? At the end of its graph, as it goes out towards forever, what is your polynomial doing? What does the graph look like it's doing, okay? Just to give you an idea about what a polynomial graph should look like, these two over here, these are examples of a polynomial graph, okay? They are what we call continuous. They do not have any breaks. They're rounded at all the corners. There are no points that show up. And those are what the polynomial graphs look like. These are two examples of things that are not polynomial graphs. They're not continuous or they have points. We don't want those. These would be polynomials, okay? So to give you a little bit of an intro about what you're going to be expected to do today, okay, you're going to be doing some exploration on the end behavior of these polynomials. What that's going to look like is you're going to go into Desmos and you're going to graph these different graphs, okay? So you're going to do x squared, x to the third, x to the fourth, x to the sixth. Basically very simple polynomials of different powers. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at what your function is doing as you go out on x towards infinity and as you go out towards x towards negative infinity, the opposite of infinity, okay? What is your function doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is one side going up and one side going down? Is the other side going up and a different side going down? Is it going crazy as it goes out? Does it seem to be doing the same thing as it goes out? I want you to look for what each one is doing, and I want you to try to look for a pattern. Is there a pattern as to which is going up or down as we go out towards that infinity and that negative infinity? You're going to do this exploration, and then we're going to meet back and talk about your findings in a moment. Thank you for watching.